Hello everyone, very warm welcome to all of you on Crack Academy. My name is Akhilesh and we are meeting here for geography preparation. I hope you are enjoying the videos and you are enriching the knowledge which is uh, provided by us in form of video, and I hope that you are doing well. So read the books, see the video and find out of the intricacies, those concepts which happen to be complex, seems to be complex, not happen to be, and it is going to be easier for you once you are going through the videos. And I think you had the better understanding of Indian physiography. So once you had the understanding of Indian physiography, it's the right time to get you aware or to introduce you with the most complex as well as most talked phenomena, and that is what the Indian monsoon. So dear student, this is the class which is going to discuss the Indian monsoon. Whatever the theory related with it is going to be discussed in detail, and the so profound impact of the seasonal wind, Indian monsoon over India, which is talked from road to the parliament, from school to the topmost IMD lab. This is the thing which is going to be extensively debatable, and it is also having the profound impact on the Indian agriculture, and Indian agriculture is the backbone of our economy. Okay, that's why Indian monsoon is going to be much talked matter, not only in the arena of us, like we are preparing for UPSC, but for the farmers to the top brass scientists. Okay, so let's talk about the Indian monsoon. So especially this monsoon So in today's class, we try to discuss entire complexity of this Indian monsoon, what is the theory behind it and how it is generated and all that. Well, this monsoon word is derived from an Arabic word that is monsoon. Monsoon. That means season. Season. Okay, that means season. Arabic word monsoon, that means season. And as you know that the first, what you can say, authenticated discussion you will find in Arabic text and Arabian geographers who were first talked about Indian monsoon. In fact, they talked about a seasonal wind which is blowing in Arabian Sea, because India was the prominent economic hub. आप सबको पता है, भारत सोने की चिड़िया तब भी थी, आज भी है, तब थी, दुनिया जानती थी. So these Arabian traders used to come towards us for the trade purpose, and the wind which is blowing in Arabian Sea is going towards India in certain season and away from India in different season. That's why they are more acquainted with the southwest and northeast monsoon wind which is blowing in Arabian Sea. Try to say it. This is India, and anyone who wants to come over India, they just keep their boat in the direction they can reach up to India through Arabian Sea if the wind is blowing like southwest direction. So I'm talking about in those era when there was no fossil fuel and only the natural power is going to be the assistance for the that is driving force for the boats. So Arabian traders were the first who have sensed the direction of certain wind which is going towards India. Not only this, that this wind direction reversed in certain season, and this reversal from southwest to northeast, and again you put your boat in a way and you can go away from India. So they are the first who were aware of this fact that there is a seasonal reversal in the wind system of Arabian Sea. Okay, and that was termed as monsoon. Monsoon. Okay, monsoon or monsoon, a seasonal reversal of wind system in Arabian Sea. Although this monsoon is also have its appearance in our old text like Rig Veda. In Rig Veda, the monsoon wind as well as the description has been profoundly discussed. But this Rig Veda is based on the empirical fact that from where these monsoons are coming. If you see the Rig Veda, this central India and North India area, if you are over there at that very time and you want to write something about the rain bearing cloud, you will find that rain bearing cloud winds are coming from the east. Okay, that's why in Rig Veda the text has been mentioned about the rainfall in Indian peninsula or in entire India, and the wind which is bringing the rainfall is going to be the easterly. That means पूर्व की वायु, जिसको पूर्व आप कहते हैं. So in Rig Veda there is a description of this पूर्व की वायु. That means easterly wind brings cloud, brings rain for India. It is already mentioned. That means southwest monsoon or easterly rain bearing cloud wind. Which is going to be correct? Both are correct or only one is correct? Our Rig Veda text is correct or Arabian text is correct? This is also one of the discussion of this class. Okay, as I told you, the Arabians have their own empirical experience. They want to trade with India, that's why they want to come to India with their huge, what you can say, the things which they want to trade over here. So they require certain wind which is blowing towards India as well as away from India. So their empirical experience is right from their own perspective, and they have seen that southwest direction monsoon and northeast direction monsoon is existing over Arabian Sea. But what about those who are living in this North India part or even South India? They are the people who have also seen the same empirical experience that whatever the air in the month of June, say to September, there will be a time when there is a wind which is blowing from east and bringing rainfall to it. It is perfectly correct empirical evidence. That means the evidence which you can see and feel, that is going to be empirical, isn't it? So in Rig Veda, the easterly wind bringing the monsoon is also going to be correct, and it will be known to you once we discuss the mechanism of Bay of Bengal branch. Till then, you need to wait and you need to understand what exactly I want to say. Okay, so both the empirical experiences are perfectly correct. It is the frame of reference. Arabian want to come India and go away from India, and the Indian who have written this Rig Veda happened to be in North India part, and they felt exactly same thing and they wrote it already in Rig Veda. And Rig Veda testimony is way back than Arabians, but we are fond of taking others' experience as a guiding principle. We never rely on us, so we forget our culture, isn't it? So much of things has been mentioned in our Vedas. That's why Dayanand Saraswati said, go to your Veda, isn't it? I hope you learn this in your history part. Well, so let's move further and have some scientific discussion about the monsoon. So the monsoon, the word is actually the Arabic word monsoon. From there it has been derived. And yes, there were two people, you should remember their name. One is Sidi Ali and Al Masudi. These are the two Arabians. They have the findings, or you can say they have some stay over monsoon. Like Sidi Ali reported the day of commencement of monsoon. He reported the date of commencement of monsoon. Commencement of monsoon. He reported the date, that this particular date is there when you will find southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon also. And when this Al Masudi, he talked about the reversal of Indian Ocean wind system. And this reversal is going to be seasonal, and this reversal is going to be so profound that it cause reversal of ocean current. And I hope you remember the ocean currents of North Indian Ocean, and in the month of what you can say in winters as well as summer. Okay, so Sidi Ali and Al Masudi. But once we talk about the origin of Indian monsoon, the theories has been given. So many theories has been given, and most acceptable theory we are going to discuss in our general studies class. So the first and most acceptable theory is of what you can say Edmund Halley, who propounded this theory way back in 1686. Edmund Halley, not Hillary, Edmund Halley. He propounded the theory in 1686, and his theory is called as thermal concept of origin of Indian monsoon. Before going in the details of this theory, you need to understand that monsoon is there on entire globe, but it is so profoundly developed in Indian Ocean as well as Indian subcontinent. There is no other place in the world which is so affected by this seasonal reversal or this monsoon wind anywhere on this earth. The Indian peninsula is so affected that despite of being in the temperate region, or you can say subtemperate region, half of the India, more than half of the India is in temperate region. If we consider this 23.5 north as a boundary of tropics, and you will find the North India is going to be two times in terms of area as the South India is. That means more than twice is situated in the temperate region or subtemperate region. Even then, Indian climate is called as monsoon climate because of well developed monsoon over here. Otherwise, in other area, if you find it is beyond the tropics, it has certain tinge of that particular latitude and subtemperate region, or you can say temperate climate prevail over there except India, and there are certain things which is associated with Indian subcontinent that makes India to be in monsoon climate. And one of the most important thing is monsoon wind, which is going to be well established in Indian over Indian peninsula. And yes, the massive loftiest of all Himalaya over there in the northern territory of India, that is going to play very pivotal role to make India as a monsoon climate. India as a monsoon climate, as an entity of monsoon climate because of presence of Himalaya. Okay, so one thing is monsoon wind, and this monsoon wind is directed by the physiography of India, where to give rainfall and where not to give rainfall, how much rainfall this monsoon should give over Indian subcontinent. It is all directed as well as controlled by India's physiography. So if you are acquainted with India's physiography, you will learn it in better way. Okay, let me explain this thermal concept of origin of Indian monsoon. According to Edmund Halley, he said, you all have this idea, the land is heated earlier as well as cooled earlier with respect to ocean body. So in summer season, Indian land mass get heated up more as compared to the Indian Ocean. So once there will be more heating of India, so obviously there will be high temperature over India. And if this high temperature prevails over India, so what will happen? You have this is India, and according to Halley, land in summer heated more as compared to ocean. Ocean means Arabian Sea. Ocean, this Arabian Sea as well as Bay of Bengal. In this case, there is a high temperature, and high temperature always associated with low pressure. High temperature always associated with low pressure because there will be expansion of air. Air will be less dense and it will rise, and there will be low pressure generated at the ground. And there will be low temperature over the Indian Ocean, that is what your Arabian Sea as well as Bay of Bengal. And this area, especially this Thar desert area, is having very high temperature, and hence it is the center of low pressure. So this low pressure area developed over North India in the summer, and this cell is well developed, and that's why from high pressure ocean to low pressure land, from high pressure ocean to low pressure land, there will be establishment of ocean sea breeze. Okay, establishment of sea breeze, bringing moisture, because this is the huge water body. Certainly at high temperature there will be more evaporation, bringing water body to India, and due to physiographical or topographical characteristic, these moisture gets shed over India, which we call as monsoon. So what is the thermal concept? Thermal concept talk about the differential heating of land and ocean. Differential heating of land and ocean give rise to low temperature at India, high temperature in associated, what you can say, nearby water body, and establishment of sea breeze like wind, and that brings rainfall to Indian subcontinent, and the physiography decide the amount of rainfall at particular places. This is the concept, and very easy concept, that is of thermal concept. Thermal concept propounded by Edmund Halley. Halley, and way back in 1686. So at that very time, this was the concept, and it was prevalently accepted, universally accepted, and because there is no argument against this, and that's why this concept was accepted. At that very time, the tricellular meridional circulation or upper atmospheric circulation was not known. And simple land as well as ocean heating was the concept which were prevailing at that very time, and that's why this concept was accepted without any exception. And as you know that in the process of formation of a theory, the theory undergoes at many stages. Like that is called as paradigm. Paradigm means the theory in nascent phase and in its what you can say mature phase, when there is no exception, the theory is widely accepted, and then there is a old phase, or you can say trolling phase. I'm just giving you the word. At that very time, there were many debates over that very theory, and so many other offshoots comes from that very existing theory. So that theory gave rise to so many other horizon for the experiment, for the research, and new theories are going to be the destination in coming future. This is how the entire subject, either it is geography or any subject, is growing, and human continuously exploring the knowledge and the theory are being developed. So whenever you see these milestones from where the entire theory of the future get changed or the path of research get changed, is called as paradigm. Okay, so in each subject, whether it is biology, it is physics, chemistry, or anything, there is some milestones, some paradigm from where the shift has been seen. So this was a paradigm, it was a epitome of the theory. First, it is going to explain all those existing questions, and it has answered. But after some time, because the Indian monsoon is so complex, so there were many questions over this theory, and those answers were not given on the basis of just the thermal heating and cooling. That's why further, what you can say, extension of this theory was done, and once this upper atmospheric circulation and tricellular meridional circulation was discovered, this theory was further extended by R. Sherhag. So aerological concept of R. Sherhag. Aerological concept of R. Sherhag. He was the German, HAG. So please correct it. He was a German, R. Sherhag, who have propounded this aerological concept in order to explain certain phenomena which is not merely explained by the thermal concept of Edmund Halley. And he propounded, he was a German geographer. He propounded this concept in 1948. By this time, you know, Second World War is over, and in Second World War, jet streams were discovered, as well as upper atmospheric circulation were discovered. Means in other word, you can say it is in nascent phase. It is not well developed, but indeed they were discovered. That means discovery of jet stream, it is already done. Atmospheric circulation is also well understood. Well, at that very time, this German geographer R. Sherhag propounded aerological concept. According to this concept, this Indian monsoon is the result of heating, differential heating of land and ocean, but there are certain other factor which is responsible for monsoon to be on India, and that is what? Aerological concept. According to him, India especially the Thar region, the Thar desert, this Thar desert get heated up. This area, which is the Thar desert, okay, get heated up, and due to the heating of this Thar desert, there is rise of convectional current. Convectional current are rising upward, okay, vertically upward. There is a rise of convectional current, and these convectional current are rising up. These convectional current are rising up. Do remember, these convectional current are rising up. They are not going towards north. They are rising up. I am showing it because I have some what you can say limitation, because this is two-dimensional. So this convectional current are rising up, and how much rise is going to be there? 2 to 3 kilometer of rise is there. So they just rise up to 2 to 3 kilometer vertically upward, vertical rise. And when they rise up 2 to 3 kilometer above, they forms anti-trade, and this anti-trade is moving. Anti-trade in upper atmosphere is moving along Kolkata Bangalore axis. Kolkata Bangalore axis. So this anti-trade which is moving upward, do remember, it is not on the ground. It is moving upward 2 to 3 kilometer upper atmosphere. It is moving towards Kolkata Bangalore axis. If you see this axis, it happened to be in northeast direction. It is northeast direction, and this anti-trade crossing the equator. Let me explain it on the next page. So the anti-trade which is coming from Thar desert is going to cross equator. And this is equator, 0 degree. And once this cross equator, this anti-trade in upper atmosphere move towards its left, because as they cross equator, they have to move towards left because Farrell's law. Okay, and ultimately they descend over subtropical high pressure belt of southern hemisphere. They descend over subtropical high pressure belt of southern hemisphere, from where the southern trade winds are originating. This subtropical high pressure belt is the area from where the southern trade winds are originating. These are the trade wind of southern hemisphere. These are the trade wind. I'm giving you the trade winds in blue color. The anti-trade in black color. Why they are being called as anti-trade? Because they are just opposite in the direction in upper atmosphere with respect to the trade wind of northern hemisphere. Now this trade wind which were in the southern hemisphere crossing the equator, and they turn towards its right. 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 Basically, this trade wind of southern hemisphere is now the southwest monsoon wind. The southwest monsoon wind. and you know this India is over here. This is Thar Desert, so your India is over here, and the southwest monsoon wind reaching to the India, and causing rainfall over here, So the anti-trade concept is given by R. Sherhag, that is called as aerological concept of R. Sherhag. Aerological concept. And what is important over here? The upper atmospheric circulation, he talked about anti-trade. The name has been given because of the fact that northeast direction in upper atmosphere, do remember upper atmosphere, okay, and the trade wind, the southwest, it is just opposite to northeast trade wind. That's why the name has been given anti-trade. And this anti-trade crossing the equator, moving towards its left, because there will be Ferrell's law, and according to Ferrell's law, anything moving horizontally has to move towards its left in southern hemisphere. And this trade, which is anti-trade wind, is going to sink over subtropical high pressure belt of southern hemisphere. That is also called as a Mascarene high. There is a island Mascarene over here, and subtropical high pressure belt, after sinking over there, it creates more high pressure over subtropical high pressure belt. This is high pressure belt na. This high pressure is going to be intensified because of the sinking of the anti-trade, and once this high pressure intensified, the southern hemisphere trade wind become stronger, and these stronger trade wind crossing the equator, taking the direction of southwest, and they are going to strike on India. And that's why this is the mechanism of Sherhag's, what you can say, theory, that the monsoon wind is originating in this way. If you see this theory, they are not talking about the origin of Indian monsoon, rather they talk about, he talk about who is strengthening this Indian monsoon. So he is talking about the strengthening of Indian monsoon, rather the origin of Indian monsoon. Origin already same, and that was differential heating. And once you see the shifting of trade wind and heating effect, that is causing the pressure belt. And the next concept, that is also called as dynamic concept, and it was given by H. Flohan, and that talks about shifting of pressure belt. Indeed, once you see the concept of R. Sherhag, so what to remember, why this Sherhag concept is going to be important in the understanding of monsoon wind, is that R. Sherhag talks about something upper atmospheric playing pivotal role in deciding the Indian monsoon character. This upper atmospheric trade wind is going to strengthen Indian monsoon. That means if the Indian monsoon is stronger, certainly there will be some role played by the upper atmospheric circulation. And if it is weaker, there will be some role played by the upper atmospheric circulation. That means if I say that as a theory, this Sherhag concept is not giving you something more to understand in terms of origin of Indian monsoon, but this theory provide a further horizon for research. Okay, and that's why the shifting of pressure belt, that is Flohan concept, was coming into existence. And it is the better concept which is going to explain the Indian monsoon in entirety. And we discuss it once we were discussing the shifting of pressure belt and all. I think you remember that, isn't it? Okay, so this Sherhag concept of anti-trade, why this is anti-trade? One reason, that is it is just opposite to the direction of the trade wind, which is blowing horizontally on the Earth's surface. In upper atmosphere up to 2 to 3 kilometer, there is anti-trade formation taking place, and which is along Kolkata Bangalore axis, that's why it is called as anti-trade. Okay, and let me talk about the dynamic concept, the third theory, dynamic theory. And this dynamic theory was proposed by R. H. Flohan. H flown, and in the year 1955, in the year 1955, this concept was given by H flown, and that is dynamic theory, and he just talk about the shifting of pressure belt. Shifting of pressure belt is the cause of origin of Indian monsoon. Again, if we say that shifting of pressure belt is cause of origin of Indian monsoon, or shifting of pressure belt directing the Indian monsoon to strike over India, I think second option is correct. So shifting of pressure belt is directing the Indian monsoon to strike over Indian subcontinent. Rather, they are not talking about the origin. Origin of Indian monsoon or origin of this pressure belt is attributed to just the heating effect. Okay, so thermal concept of Edmund Halley exists over here without any exception. Okay, so for origin, indeed, this thermal heating is very necessary. And to understand the other complexity of Indian monsoon, these are the theories which has been given. Again, if I say shifting of pressure belt is strengthening the Indian monsoon, it is going to be the correct explanation, isn't it? The shifting of pressure belt as well as the atmospheric circulation going to be stronger will be the Indian monsoon. Let me explain this shifting of pressure belt, which you have already understood. You know, this shifting of pressure belt is because of shifting of sun's rays, transition of sun's rays from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. You remember those dates, 21st June, 23rd, 21st March, and 23rd September, and 22nd of December. The equinox and summer solstice as well as winter solstice. And as I told you that on 21st June, the ITCZ get established over North India. This is what ITCZ, Intertropical Convergence Zone. This is what ITCZ. And this subtropical high pressure belt goes beyond it, and the trade wind of southern hemisphere comes like this. Now, this is the trade wind of southern hemisphere, because there is Himalaya, so it is not coming over here. So trade wind of northern hemisphere, this is trade wind of northern hemisphere. Okay, because this is ITCZ, Intertropical Convergence Zone. And what happened to the trade wind of southern hemisphere? This trade wind start moving towards equator. And once they reach over equator, they find that there is no ITCZ. They get deceived, isn't it? But Uncle Farrell is there. He say, don't judge a book merely on the cover, watching the cover. Just go a little bit more, read it more, learn something more about that very person, then judge. It will be better decision. So these winds are also getting same statement by Uncle Farrell at equator. So they start moving towards north and they cross the equator. They want to move like this, but Uncle Farrell said, no, you need to abide with the law. And that's why they start moving like towards right, and they become southwest monsoon. Southwest monsoon, and they are merging at ITCZ, which is established over India. Why this ITCZ established over India? Because of the intensive heating. That means the thermal concept. And they are, this ITCZ is more towards north because of more heating of land. Okay. So ITCZ establishment over India and that give rise to southwest monsoon, which is called as summer monsoon. Summer monsoon. Don't you think that this 21st June situation is going to be stationary, or it is going to be reversed, or it is going to transit? Indeed, on the next day, sun's rays start transiting from Tropic of Cancer. They start moving towards south. And as the sun's rays are transiting, the intensive heating area is going to transit from north to south. That means the transit of ITCZ also. So, in the next page, we are going to talk about the date 23rd September. So, on 23rd September, again, this ITCZ, 23rd September, this ITCZ slowly retreating from India. ITCZ retreating from India. Okay, and it is just like once it was going up, then it is every day it is going up and reaching to North India, and similarly it is retreating back. So it will retreat back like this, and ultimately it reach up to equator. But on 23rd of September, when sun is over equator, this ITCZ start moving towards south from the Indian subcontinent, and when the sun is over vertical over equator, it is still over India. The ITCZ is not moving as fast as the sun's rays are moving, because of the one fact that land temperature is going to be very high. This 23rd September represent the date of maximum rainfall took place at Indian subcontinent. This is going to be the end of rainy season, that is southwest monsoon season. Up till now, India received huge amount of rainfall, maximum rainfall, and what happened? This landmass get cooled, and this retreat of ITCZ is going to be faster. Suppose that it is the date approximately, you can say July. It is the date in August. That means if you ask to me, where is the ITCZ in August, it is very close to the southern states of India. Okay, and on 23rd September, again it is going to be slightly southern in the terminal states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu in India. And when sun's rays start moving towards south, this ITCZ start moving rapidly. Why it is moving rapidly? Because it will find homogeneous temperature over ocean, and it is going to be, what you can say, heated up. So this heating result movement of ITCZ in southern hemisphere. And once this ITCZ move in southern hemisphere, what will happen to the wind which is blowing over Indian subcontinent? This wind is blowing like, this is your equator, and now your ITCZ is moved over here. This is your ITCZ. And what is the approximate date? It is going to be 22nd of December. So on 22nd of December, your ITCZ is over here. The wind which is coming from southern hemisphere trade wind is going to merge with northern hemisphere trade wind. And what happened to northern hemisphere trade wind? They are full-fledged blowing over India. This is what? Northeast trade, crossing equator and merging it near southern hemisphere ITCZ. That means just reversal of wind you can see because of the transition of sun. So this transition of sun give rise to shift of the pressure belt, and due to shifting of the pressure belt, there is a reversal of the wind. One was southwest monsoon and another one was northeast monsoon. This southwest monsoon is called as summer monsoon, and this northeast trade, that is called as winter monsoon. Okay. So summer monsoon and winter monsoon is clear, but there is a small phase of monsoon retreat also. When this monsoon retreat is there, let me explain this. And it is going to be in between 23rd September to first week of October. So this is the time when you will see the retreat of monsoon. Otherwise, rest of the time you are going to have winter monsoon. So there is a time of retreat of monsoon for 1 week or 10 days only. When it starts, let me explain this. Okay. This is our beautiful country, that is India. Okay. Well, so let me explain the retreat of monsoon. And the retreat of monsoon, as I told you, the establishment of ITCZ happened to be like this. This is going to be the ITCZ. ITCZ, when this ITCZ condition is there, 21st June. This is the maximum, what you can say, northward movement of ITCZ. And after 21st of June, this ITCZ start retreating. But what happened when this ITCZ was there, this southwest monsoon is continuously coming towards India. This is what? Southwest monsoon. Southwest monsoon is coming towards India. And the trade wind of northern hemisphere, you can find this over here. Like these are the trade wind over northern hemisphere. These are the trade wind which is blowing like this. These are called as northeast trade wind. Both the wind are merging over there and causing rainfall. This rainfall because of southwest monsoon. They are more profound. Okay. And what happened after 21st of June? This ITCZ starts shifting towards south. So it starts shifting towards south. Try to see. Start shifting towards south. Day by day, it is not like jump leke aayega. Day by day, it starts shifting towards south as the sun's transition occurs. So what happened? This southwest monsoon wind branch. Try to see this. Southwest monsoon wind branch, which is the trade wind of southern hemisphere, is going to be declining. Okay. So when the southwest, this ITCZ shift here, approximately on, you can say July, it is going to be the situation in August, and again there will be situation you will find more lower in September. I said to you, even on 23rd September, when sun is vertical over equator, even then the ITCZ is towards north because of more heating of Indian landmass. When this ITCZ is like this, so what happened? This northeast trade wind is going to be established over Bay of Bengal. These northeast trade wind. An establishment of northeast trade over Bay of Bengal is called as retreat of the monsoon. and this monsoon wind start retreating. This rainfall which happened to be up to entire covering entire India is going to be retreat back and leave India in the month of October, which is going to come in after 1 month. Okay, in the month of October it leaves India, and the time of retreat start from 23rd September to 1st October. This is the time which is called as retreat of Indian monsoon, and at that very time retreat it causes rainfall in many places I will discuss. And then there is ITCZ when established in southern hemisphere. At that very time this northeast trade wind is going to be prevalent in the northern hemisphere, and which is called as winter monsoon. Okay, so this summer monsoon as well as winter monsoon is going to be there because of shifting of the pressure belt, and it was discussed by H. Fluhan's concept. According to him, the shifting of pressure belt is causing development of southwest monsoon as well as northeast monsoon, that is causing rainfall in Indian subcontinent. I hope you understand this concept also. Next theory, which is again going to be refined and well explain all other intricate concept of monsoon, is going to be the theory that is called as easterly jet theory, propounded by Koteshwaram as well as P.R. Krishna. Okay, the fourth theory, that is easterly jet theory, easterly jet stream theory. It was given by Koteshwaram and P.R. Krishna. Koteshwaram and P.R. Krishna propounded easterly jet stream theory. They are Indian, and at that very time some more information regarding this jet stream was already known. So on the basis of jet stream, he propounded this theory, Koteshwaram and P.R. Krishna, easterly jet theory. Okay, so this easterly jet stream is a local jet stream. It's a local jet stream, upper atmospheric circulation, developed because of local heating. That means local means it's not global, it is developed in this region, that is what, the Indian subcontinent. Okay, so this local heating, and due to this local heating, easterly jet stream is developed. So what exactly this easterly jet stream? And if you find there will be similarity between Koteshwaram theory as well as R. Sherhag aerological concept theory with certain differences. Let me explain this theory. According to Koteshwaram, there is intensive heating of Thar desert, and due to the intensive heating of Thar desert, what happened? Intensive heating of Thar desert this area get heated up. The same theory which R. Sherhag propounded, intensive heating of Thar desert, and from here this heating result rising of convectional current. Just giving you rising of convectional current in blue, and this rising of convectional current, don't think that the wind is going towards Pakistan. It is going upward. Okay, and reaching up to the height of 9 to 12 kilometer. They reach up to the height of 9 to 12 kilometer, and At that level, they forms jet. They forms jet stream. This convectional current once reaching to 9 to 12 kilometer, they forms jet stream, and this jet stream is called as easterly jet. This jet stream is called as easterly jet. Do remember, these jet are blowing in upper atmosphere. These are moving upward, then start blowing towards south in upper atmosphere. These jet are called as easterly jet. These jet are called as easterly jet. Why it was formed? Because of intensive heating of Thar desert. Intensive heating of Thar desert. These are the convectional current which is rising up. Convectional current rising up and forming a jet stream which is blowing along Kolkata-Bangalore axis. Blowing along Kolkata-Bangalore axis in upper atmosphere. These are jet in upper atmosphere. So don't you think R. Sharhag was also talking about same thing? Only there is a difference of height. He was talking about something 2 to 3 kilometer above upper atmosphere and anti-trade and with the same direction. Is it okay? अब ये jet कहाँ जाएंगी? These jet will cross equator. Are you getting? On the next page, let me cross it from equator. So in upper atmosphere, they will cross equator. They will cross equator and they move towards their left. They move towards their left. They move towards their left and sinking over subtropical high pressure belt and making the southern trade winds, strong southern trade wind which is going towards equator, crossing equator and coming towards India in form of southwest monsoon wind. This wind is thinking that easterly jet sink at Mascarene high. This area is called as Mascarene high pressure belt. High pressure belt. Okay. This is the subtropical high pressure belt established in southern hemisphere because of the shifting of the pressure belt towards north as the sun is shifted towards Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so this Mascarene high is the place where the easterly jet stream are sinking and easterly jet stream sink over there and stronger trade wind of south, trade wind of southern hemisphere get developed. Stronger trade wind, stronger crossing trade wind, so a stronger monsoon system. So what will happen? In this page, what happened? The equator is crossed by monsoon wind and these monsoon wind is striking India like this. Striking India like this. Okay, these are the southwest monsoon. Southwest monsoon wind. Or it is called as summer monsoon. Summer monsoon. Again, I say that the concept proposed by Koteshwaram is not talking about the origin of monsoon, rather strengthening of monsoon. Although this monsoon is not only the phenomenon of thermal heating, the upper atmospheric circulation is also well involved in this mechanism. Shifting of pressure belt as well as upper atmospheric circulation was well accepted and this theory was proposed in way back in 1952. In 1952. So just after shifting of pressure belt, this theory was proposed and this theory was giving all the explanation related with Indian monsoon system. But there was something happened. If you talk to your parents, they will certainly aware of the fact in the maybe grandparents in the year of 1966 to 1969, India faced massive drought. Massive drought. No rainfall was there. And being agrarian economy, we suffered a lot. So many people perished to this uh, drought. And it was a general, what you can say, consciousness of each one's mind. If easterly jet stream is going to be the main cause of Indian monsoon and the Thar heating is going to be the only cause of Indian monsoon, and the summer was so profound, Thar was heated over there, even then, why there is no rainfall for 3 consecutive years? And this caused massive drought in India. That means the Koteshwaram theory is talking about everything but not able to explain this phenomena, this event, and this event led other experiments. So other experiments were done to understand, is there only the easterly jet which is going to decide the fate of Indian monsoon, or there are some other connections? So after so many experiments which we discuss, just the name is going to be there, not the entire discussion, because it is part of your optional, and in general studies, optional, that kind of understanding cannot be discussed in the class. Well, so what happened? There were experiments, and these experiments were done with the help of then USSR. Okay, USSR is our all-weather friend. Till date, they are walking their talk. Okay, so they always with India in letter and spirit. At that very time, India and Russia have joint venture, and 2 experiment you should remember. There was MONEX, MONEX. Okay, MONEX, monsoon experiment. Okay, this was monsoon experiment between India and USSR. At that time, Russia was USSR. This monsoon experiment, it was done in 1972. Okay, just to understand, is there any other factor which is responsible for this much kind of what you can say effect on Indian monsoon? Because it was so drastic kind of change which was seen in these 3 years. Despite of everything is at par, the Indian monsoon was very weak. So this MONEX experiment, and then ISMAX experiment, ISMEX. ISMAX stand for India Soviet monsoon experiment, and this was the experiment, and in it there was sequential experiment. It was started in 1973 and ended up in 1977, and based on data collection, various data were collected, and scientists from India as well as Soviet Union went in upper atmosphere with the help of balloon, and they performed so many data collection over there, and they talked about some very striking feature, that the Indian monsoon is going to have so many conditions or connection which is going to affect Indian monsoon profoundly. There are direct connections. They are affecting Indian monsoon, what you can say, in direct way, and there are teleconnection. They can affect Indian monsoon if the direct connections are weaker. So two types of if I summarize this entire experiment, you will find the direct connections and teleconnection. Direct connection and teleconnection. In direct connection, you will find easterly jet stream. This is going to be a direct connection, but the origin of this easterly jet stream is not merely because of Thar desert. It was known after Ismack's experiment. That means this easterly jet stream, it depends upon first heating of Thar desert. Without any doubt, Thar desert, if Thar desert is heated more, so stronger easterly jet streams will be there. Second, heating of Tibetan plateau, and the third, which is albedo effect of Himalaya. Albedo effect of Himalaya. What does it mean? Albedo effect of Himalaya. These are the three factors which is responsible for rising of the strong convectional current which give rise to easterly jet stream. That means all the three fronts are acting together, then there will be strongest jet stream. If two fronts are acting together, there will be less strongest jet stream. But if one front is acting, certainly the jet stream is going to be weaker. And jet stream is going to be the direct connection. That means the strength of jet stream is not merely decided by heating of the Thar desert, rather it is decided by heating of Tibetan plateau as well as albedo effect of Himalaya. How this Himalayan albedo effect is going to affect the heating pattern? Let me explain this first, then you will understand all other. This is your Himalaya, and Himalaya being snow cladded. This black is snow, it is free from black carbon. So I'm just showing you snow. And this snow is having albedo effect. That means whatever light is coming over here get reflected back. It reflects back the light. And this reflected back light, which is called as albedo effect, is going to heat upper atmosphere. This upper atmosphere above snow line is also heated by the albedo of Himalaya. And what happened? There is a Tibetan plateau region, huge landmass, Tibetan plateau as well as Thar desert. These three are acting together. This albedo heating, rising of convectional current. And if these three are working together, Thar, Tibetan plateau and albedo effect of Himalaya working together, they will create massive rise of convectional current, and massive rise of convectional current give rise to massive easterly jet stream. And these massive jet stream, when they cross equator reaching to mescaline high, they sink, subside powerfully, create the stronger southwest monsoon wind, the trade wind. And this southwest monsoon wind striking on India at stronger, what you can say, they strike India, and the monsoon wind is going to be stronger. And that's why these easterly jet stream is going to be a rate determining, or it will decide the strength of the monsoon, whether it is weak, more than average or less than average. So it is the heating of Thar desert, heating of Tibetan plateau and albedo effect of Himalaya, all three working together. In that scenario, there will be stronger monsoon wind, and if it is not the case, there will be weaker monsoon wind. And there are teleconnection like L नीनो, ला नीना फेज, एल नीनो मोडुकी, साउथ साउथ ऑसिलेशन, साउथ साउथ ऑसिलेशन, मैडन Julian oscillation. These are the teleconnection, and there are 22 teleconnection, not 1 2 3 4 only. There are 22 teleconnection. They are also playing pivotal role in deciding the strength of the Indian monsoon. 22 teleconnections. Okay, so these 22 teleconnections are deciding the fate of Indian monsoon, and these teleconnection are teleconnection. ये दूर के रिश्तेदार है. अगर घर वाले मजबूत हैं आपके साथ तो दूर के रिश्तेदार आपका बाल बांका नहीं कर सकते. हाँ, घर वालों से आपके रिलेशन खराब हैं तो याद रखिएगा, ये जो बाहर वाले हैं ये आपको परेशान कर देंगे, कहीं का नहीं छोड़ेंगे. तो बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर इट. इट्स लाइफ एंड थिंग्स विल बी लाइक दैट ऑल्सो. तो अपने घर में अपने भाई से, अपने मम्मी पापा से, सगे संबंधियों से अच्छे रिश्ते मत बना के रखिए, मजबूत रिश्ते. ईस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम, ये तीनों दोस्तों में अच्छे रिश्ते होंगे तो ईस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम विल बी स्ट्रॉन्गर, और फिर इनकी कोई औकात नहीं, ये कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे. ऐसा हुआ है बच्चों. इन द 100 एल नीनो ईयर देयर वेयर सो मेनी ईयर विच इज गोइंग टू बी एल नीनो ईयर. मीन्स एल नीनो हैपेंड टू डिस्ट्रॉय द व्हाट यू कैन से well established Indian monsoon. It will weaken the Indian monsoon, but there were El Nino year. Despite of El Nino year, India received massive rainfall, and there were year which is non El Nino year, India received below average rainfall because of alteration of any of the three. घर वाले अच्छे होने चाहिए रिश्ते बाहर वालों की अपेक्षा, क्योंकि जब आप परेशान होते हो ना, और ईश्वर न करे कभी बेड लाइंग हो जाओ, तो जो सबसे पहले दिखाई पड़ते हैं वो आपके घर वाले होते हैं. दोस्त भी चले जाते हैं, हो सकता है कुछ दिन साथ दें, बट इफ द फेज इज गोइंग फॉर 2-3 months, सो हु इज विथ यू. भगवान न करे ऐसी सिचुएशन आए, बट द थिंग विच आई एम स्पीकिंग राइट नाउ इज द बिटर ट्रूथ. ओनली योर parents, your close, what you can say, blood relatives are there, no one else. So make good connection with your close relatives. ठीक है. So ये बाहर वाले कुछ भी नहीं करेंगे. They are the teleconnection, they will remain tele, not going to decide the fate. The fate determining is going to be the heating of Thar, more because it is closest. ये बिल्कुल घर वाला है. Then Tibetan Plateau and Himalaya, albedo effect. These three fronts are working together in order to generate stronger trade wind. Stronger this easterly jet stream, and these easterly jet stream further make this connection, the trade wind of southern hemisphere, strong. Okay. I hope I made my point clear to you, and we will discuss this also, El Nino and La Nina episode, what exactly they are, how they are going to decide the fate of, what you can say, Indian monsoon. So in next class we will discuss the teleconnection, as well as we also try to discuss the mechanism of Indian monsoon, how the rainfall pattern is going to be there. I hope you understand. If any problem, you can write to me. We'll certainly get back on it. Thank you very much for